Assalamualaikum. I'm Dr. Ikra Ayub from the Department of Microbiology. Today's topic of presentation is bacterial vaginosis. Here are the outlines that we will cover today: introduction, epidemiology, risk factors, etiology, pathophysiology, clinical presentation, differential diagnosis, lab diagnosis, treatment, complications, and prevention. Let's begin with the introduction. Bacterial vaginosis is the most important cause of vaginal discharge, and it affects women's health and well-being. Bacterial vaginosis is defined as vaginal dysbiosis resulting from healthy hydrogen peroxide and lactic acid producing lactobacillus species with high concentrations of facultative and strict anaerobic bacteria like Gardnerella vaginalis, Prevotella species, and Apotopium vaginae. So, bacterial vaginosis is characterized by raised pH, predominance of unhealthy anaerobes, and reduction of lactobacillus species. Bacterial vaginosis is a highly prevalent condition that affects women's health and is a significant concern for women. Majority of women with bacterial vaginosis are asymptomatic, and the worldwide prevalence ranges from 5 to 50% in women of childbearing age. Factors that are contributing to development of bacterial vaginosis includes recent antibiotic use, decreased estrogen production of the host, placement of IUCD and intravaginal products like body washes and liquid soaps, having multiple sexual partners and presence of other sexually transmitted infections, prior pregnancy, and history of induced labor. Bacterial vaginosis is associated with a polymicrobial etiology with a predominance of Gardnerella vaginalis alongside with other bacteria like Mobiluncus, Mycoplasma hominis, Prevotella species, and Apotopium vaginae. The picture on the left side of slide is showing normal vaginal flora with a predominance of large gram-positive rods and few gram-negative rods. And picture on right side is showing large epithelial cell. Its border is obscured by gram-variable rods, showing Gardnerella vaginalis infection. This is clue cell. This figure is explaining the pathophysiology that leads to development of bacterial vaginosis. Healthy vaginal flora contains predominance of lactobacillus species that keeps the vaginal pH low, that is less than 4.5, and it prevents occurrence of infection. When there is decreased or absence of lactobacillus species, then it will lead to raised vaginal pH. Hence, it leads to development of bacterial vaginosis. Here is the case scenario. A 25-year-old pregnant woman in her second trimester of pregnancy presents with vaginal discharge for 5 days. The discharge is thin, homogeneous, grayish white, and is associated with a fishy odor that worsens following intercourse. She denies having pruritus or significant vulval irritation. There is no history of recent antibiotic or steroid use. On examination, pH of vaginal flora is more than 4.5 and a positive wet test is noted. Microscopy of a saline wet mount shows clue cells. So what's the diagnosis? That's bacterial vaginosis. In pregnancy, bacterial vaginosis is important because it is linked to adverse outcomes like preterm birth, preterm rupture of membranes, and postpartum infection. So treatment must be recommended for all symptomatic pregnant women, and in case of asymptomatic patients, routine screening and treatment is generally not recommended. Patient with bacterial vaginosis often presents with grey, thin, homogeneous vaginal discharge with a characteristic fishy odor, and vulval irritation is less common and may be associated with dysuria and dyspareunia. Differential diagnosis includes candidiasis, cervicitis, chlamydial genitourinary infections, gonorrhea, HSV infection, trichomoniasis, vaginal candidiasis, and vaginitis. This table is showing the differential diagnosis. In case of vulvovaginal candidiasis, it is associated with intense itching and curdy white discharge. In case of bacterial vaginosis, malodorous grayish white discharge is present, and in case of trichomoniasis, greenish to yellow discharge with bleeding and with postcoital bleeding is present. There are two criteria for the lab diagnosis of bacterial vaginosis: Nugent scoring and Amsel criteria. Nugent scoring is now considered obsolete, and Amsel criteria is more standard. 3 or 4 clinical conditions must be fulfilled: an elevated vaginal pH that is more than 4.5, amine odor with QH, that is whiff test, presence of clue cells, 20% of cells must be clue cells, and homogeneous vaginal discharge. These are clue cells. You can appreciate their borders are obscured with gram variable rods. Bacterial vaginosis treatment includes empiric therapy and alternative therapy. In empiric therapy, both oral and topical metronidazole can be used. Metronidazole for 7 days and clindamycin 2% for 7 days. In case of pregnancy associated bacterial vaginosis, as we had discussed earlier, treat all symptomatic cases is needed. Alternative therapy includes tinidazole and clindamycin. In case of recurrent refractory infection, metronidazole is given for 7 days, followed by boric acid gelatin capsule, and it is followed with metronidazole vaginal gel for 16 weeks. Complications that are associated with bacterial vaginosis includes pelvic inflammatory disease, urinary tract infections, bacteremia, preterm labor, and low birth weight babies, late-term miscarriages, endometritis, and salpingitis. And it is associated with other sexually transmitted infections like HIV and herpes simplex virus infections. Prevention. Bacterial vaginosis can be prevented by avoiding the use of feminine soaps and body washes and use of contraceptive measures like hormonal or barrier methods. This is our microbiology report of high vaginal swab. In this report, you can appreciate, we will see motility of Trichomonas vaginalis. Is it present or not? In this report, there is no motility, and in gram stain, we will see pus cells, epithelial cells, gram-positive cells, gram-positive rods, and gram-negative rods. These are normal vaginal flora, so this report is normal, considered normal. In this report, you can appreciate the pathogen, that is Strep A. that is associated with vaginal infections, and other organism that isolate that is present, that is Candida albicans, that is considered normal, but it can be important in case of pregnancy. It causes infections. These are the references that I have used. Thank you.